Have you seen another single axle RV do this before? Because outside of my own videos, I have not. Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at my Indianapolis sister store, Anderson, Indiana, where I spotted this spaceship looking thing over here. This is a Wildwood FSX, but Salem FSX is the same thing, so I'm just going to call it FSX for the sake of ease and simplicity. We're looking at it today in the beautiful fiberglass edition package, but this is a small single axle RV with a private rear bedroom with a bed slide, and frankly, better storage than I think it has any business having. Now, I always like to share the good with the bad in my videos. I will say sometimes the cargo capacity on these is concerningly limiting, and we're going to expand on that whole topic later as we go. But what we're looking at here is something where maybe this could be an amazing solo camper. If you're a couple who doesn't mind being a little bit cozy, maybe you're still in the Netflix and chill phase of your relationship, you don't mind being near one another, this could be an awesome couples rig. It could also be something really good for, like, if you're usually alone and maybe you have a friend with you now and then, or what if you're a single parent? It's like everybody thinks everything is bunkhouses or couples campers. There's a lot of single parents out there who are just trying to do good by their kids and go out and make some memories, and this could be an awesome floor plan for that, because running around most of the time, it's an awesome, private rear bedroom, but the privacy is what allows that whole giant front U-dinette to fold down and create a second sleeper without feeling too intrusive in a small RV. Actually, it provides better privacy than most bunkhouses would. The kitchen in this is also deceptively good. It's not super large, the sink's not massive, but it has really good drawer space and decent counter space for a small camper. Again, we've got it dressed up today in the Platinum Edition fiberglass package. Normally, how these things would look is the tin skin over here, and the nose obviously changes. Platinum Edition picks up that gorgeous looking spaceship nose cap with that front wraparound dinette. Ooh, it looks good to me. But like I said before, the RV's got awesome qualities, and it's got some downsides. I'm going to share the good, the bad, the ugly with everything in between as we go. And if you appreciate that, hit that subscribe button, follow along, and let's get inside to see what she has to offer. And it's a different kind of camper, so I thought I'd go about it differently. There's nothing wrong with your screen, no need to adjust your TV set, ladies and gentlemen. When you wake up in the morning and the clock gives out a warning and you don't think you're going to make it on time, well, you're having a fever dream, because that is that's the theme song to Saved by the Bell. This is the view when you wake up, and, well, hopefully you're not just staring out of our driveway, but when you wake up in bed and you look forward, this is kind of what you're looking at here in a private rear bed slide travel trailer. So I always kind of like to try to put you in the point of view of this thing to see how things are going to look. Now, we'll come back here to the bedroom, but I kind of want to go about this one in a little bit of a different capacity, The walk-through bathroom here, it does now have sliding pocket privacy doors. That's something when this floor plan first debuted, it was just swinging doors, and they were really clumsy and cumbersome, and it did not have centralized air. With having a private bathroom and then a private bedroom behind that, they realized that's not awesome. So this little thing does, thankfully, have centralized air, although right now we're looking at it in like max living and kitchen cool dump mode. If you close those fins, that's when the air goes through your central ducting. Every year in Facebook groups, I see someone's like, help, my air conditioner's not keeping my bedroom cool. It's probably because you have those little things left open right there. Now, that awesome front windshield on this model, that is thanks to the Platinum package. We're going to talk all about that several times through the video. And something that they've also done here compared to Gen 1 of this floor plan back in 2022 is they've changed up the table situation here. We're going to get to see a bunch of different ways that you can use this. But for now, I just want to move it and get it out of the way like ludicrous, because it really helps demonstrate the fact you don't have to have a big bulky dinette in this floor plan. If what you're looking for is more of an open lounge scenario, you can absolutely do that here, and it greatly opens up the space. So if it is just kind of you chilling on the inside, you can do that. Now, you may have noticed where I had the height of that table set at basically countertop height. Keep that in mind when we get to the kitchen. This does have decent kitchen countertop space for a small camper. It's always relative, of course, but the fact there is if you need more, you could use that table, or you could pivot that table to be like like half a desk, half a dinette, half a lounge, you know, all kinds of things. Now our Platinum package adds the full viewing window with privacy shade in the entry door. That's something that they've really kind of bulked up on. Previously, Platinum Edition was like just fiberglass. That's all it was. And they've really added a bunch of extra whiz bangs and widgets to it. I also want to point out something. This floor plan, actually, the FSX group was the first brand of RV to have the swings both way kind of refrigerator doors. But for about 2 or 3 seasons, if I didn't close that side and I grabbed this one, it would fall on me. And I've seen people get hit by that. This is the new Furrion version of a 12-volt compressor fridge that will not cause you to, you know, like, get stitches. You're not going to need sutures if that thing falls on you. So, you know, that's beneficial. I do like the little Octopus Fight Club coat hangers right over there by the door. All of our windows, well, where they can, open for airflow. The windshield and the window in the door, those do not open for airflow. But your door, if you want airflow, it's a screen door. So, you know, that's going to get the job done, I think, fairly well. One of the things, though, is that all of these windows will have the pleated privacy shades. So giving you a look at those, you know, before and after. It's not 100% light blocking, but it's not nothing. It's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination, I think. Now, again, this table, this lounge can do a little bit of anything and everything. And with this RV being 7.5 foot wide, it means that you've got to allow for about 2 inches per sidewall. So you've got effectively a 7 foot 2 inch long sleeper right there. Now, if you don't need the extra width, if you just take the table out of the way and you take the back cushions off under the windshield, that right there is a good single sleeper. I don't know that you necessarily need more than that for a guest. But if you really, really, really need to, you could grab those extra cushions, you could put that table down, and you could convert it into a big sleeper dinette, but nothing says you have to, you know? If it's just 2 people, chances are you're going to get along just fine without doing all that, which is kind of cool. You know, again, the way that you can flip that table around, do different things, it's the flexibility in a small camper that really kind of brings this one home for me. Now, I kind of scanned over a couple things, and I realized I don't want to overlook this stuff right here. This guy right here, first of all, this black box on the wall, it's actually a dual set of USB Type A plugs, but this was one of the first brands of RVs I saw that included a portable Bluetooth speaker system instead of the traditional RV stereo. Now, a lot of manufacturers will actually include that mount on the wall, but they don't include the actual speaker that, like FSX is doing here. It's just a handy thing. Now, it means the RV doesn't have like an AM/FM radio, doesn't have a CD/DVD player. That's not for everybody. But it also means the RV doesn't have speaker wiring in the walls that could fail, that could... it doesn't have outside speakers creating 4-inch potential leak points in the RV. Personally, I am a big fan of what they have done here. Although, I tell you what, if there's obviously ways to privatize the bathroom, but if you want to sit here and maintain eye contact with a loved one through the reflection on the refrigerator, I suppose you could do that. One thing this RV does not do well, though, is the TV hookups, but I feel my 2 cents, and this is just my opinion, man. It's not like it's my way or the highway. I don't think you're getting a little camper like this with the idea of sitting inside watching TV all day. So, if you mount a TV up here, it's gonna kind of be in the way of the bathroom pass-through, first of all, and it's potentially going to conflict with that kitchen cabinet door. But I don't really know where a better TV location would be in this. Ironically, I think the best TV location for this RV is actually in the bedroom, and we'll see that in, like, when I first woke up, well, pretended to wake up and showcase that for you, I think that's actually the best place in here for it. Now, with this being a stick-built RV, they can run wiring through the walls, and you see where that power outlet is under that window, right down by countertop level. To me, that is one of the best places to put it. But I like to try to share good news, bad news. We're going to come back to the kitchen, which has a lot of good storage. But your cooktop here is right next to your seating. Some people really don't like that. I respect it. I get it. There's no way to change it from the factory level here. That's just what they do. They are really good about putting a lot of USB plugs all around this thing. That little charger mount that we saw, those were Type A plugs, but everything else you're going to see is going to have a USB Type A and C plug on it. So you're getting kind of the dual power function there. Once again, opening up your 12-volt compressor fridge, the doors can open either way, and it is the variety that does not fall and hit your head. The amount of drawer space in this little camper, though, is fantastic. There are so many. Watch my other videos. Go through single axle campers. It's rare you even get one drawer, and you've got 6 in this thing. That's fantastic. That's better than a lot of trailers, even a lot of fifth wheels that I've seen. There's really good drawer space in here. And the sink is a little bit small, but again, we are in a smaller RV. The one just kind of goes with the other. Compared to my first video of this updated footage after about 2 years now, again, these doors do slide. The air is centralized. And, they've got this handy dandy little privacy curtain over here. I'll showcase that thing's point for you. First of all, you over here on the right hand side in the bathroom, you do have a Lipitorage storage. That is not just the mirror on the wall. It is a medicine cabinet. The cabinet below the sink doesn't open all the way to the floor. There's some plumbing down there. That's why there's that boxy thing. That's also your wheel well right there. But you know what? That makes the perfect little place to set your butt napkins right there, right next to the ye old potty throne, as it were. And thankfully, if you are not camping alone and somebody wants to pass through to get from the back to the front, it is just a curtain, so audibly you're gonna hear everything. But the fact is you can at least have some visual privacy, which I think a lot of people really appreciate. The RV is 7.5 foot wide. It is 6.5 foot tall from floor to ceiling. And this is 100% unintentional. I know I'm a clown, but I didn't mean to do this on purpose. I did legitimately bonk my head when getting in there, because if you're a little over 6 foot like me, your head absolutely has to be in the skylight. Now, when you do that, it's fine. And the location of the skylight is fine. I was just backing up and doing it backwards. But the thing is, that skylight's like sideways, but it has to be. Because of the way the roof trusses run, they can't turn that skylight. They would have to give up a ton of roof structure, and I don't think anybody genuinely wants that, Back here in the bedroom, I really like the big window coverage. It opens this space up, I think, just absolutely fantastically. I'm kind of wondering, I'm guessing this is a oh no, I was going to guess it was a non-powered vent, but it actually does have a vent fan. It is a small fan. But if you're going to be doing a little bit of boondock off-gridding, look at a thing called Heng's Vortex fans. I am not sponsored by them. I just like their product. I genuinely believe in their product. They cost about 20 to 25% of a, quote, max air fan. They're easier and less invasive to install and still provide a high-velocity exhaust. I would say that it's like a 90-10 rule. Max airs are maybe 10% better, but they're gonna cost like 90% more, kind of thing. That's sort of the Heng's thing there. So you could have some 12-volt fan action going on. Now this is a Camp Queen bed that you just saw, and you can see that there is easy lift storage below it, which is absolutely fantastic. Something I know that I sure like. But across from it there, you've got that whole big you have side by side, like left side, right side hanging wardrobe towers with awesome dresser space below it, but that big open cavity under that countertop. I looked at that and I said to myself, what if I was needing a little bit of an office space? And I got to kind of thinking about that. And I looked at this and said, well, if you just take that door off the hinges, that big central door, that's only 4 screws. It's either a square driver or Phillips head screwdriver. Even an idiot with tools like me could do it. I think, if I open that back up, I think that there's enough room in there that could be decent leg room and turn this into a desk. Now, you do have that center wood beam down there. You could probably chop that out if you wanted to, or see if you could deal with it first. And then up top here, you see that there's some power outlets over there. That's deep enough for a laptop and a mouse and stuff. I think I could make that work. Now, depending on how cute you wanted to get, you might even be able to mount another monitor up here if you're going to be doing a little bit of work camping. But again, that could also be a little bit of your primary sort of entertainment space here. One of the things on this one is when the The bed slide's closed. That bed gets awful bossy. It actually looks like the mattress is a little bit longer than the decking, so it does kind of bunch up a little bit. If you wanted to put a true queen bed in here, I'm not sure you'd be able to. You might be able to lift it up and lay it over this shelf and then squish it between the side wardrobe towers, but it's going to be tight. Here's a funny thing I've been told, though. I've been asking more and more manufacturers, can you sit in the slide while it's retracted? Normally the answer is no. But this is a Norco exact slide system, and I've heard rumor those might be different. Now, I haven't verified that at the time of this filming, but that's something that we're kind of looking into. But beyond that, your bathroom, your kitchen, that stuff works. And if you are more of a solo camper, remember, we always have the option of, for a quick pinch overnight, utilizing the front dinette for like an emergency stealth mode overnight camping scenario. Now, the weights and the measures on this one's kind of a tale of two cities. The weights and measures you're looking at over there on the left side of the screen right now, those are the weights and measures in the base stick and tin version. It throws a lot of people off, but when you have a wood-built camper with a fiberglass skin option, you actually add weight by going to the fiberglass skin, because under the, you're like, what do you mean fiberglass reduces weight? Well, no, lamination reduces weight. Fiberglass has to be bonded to something, and in this case, basically it's a 3/8 sheet of technically plywood under it, and that adds up weight. So here in Platinum Edition, this one's dry weight, we're going to say 4,630 pounds, which leaves a cargo capacity just over 1,000 pounds. So that varies a little bit from the standard edition that we saw, and I want you to know what and why. Good news, this little thing with the bathroom and kitchen right next to one another, it is a single-headed sewer monster. Another bit of good news that is shockingly rare on single-axle RVs is an enclosed underbelly. Where your tanks are located, it's enclosed. Now, you see how the entirety of the belly is not enclosed, but the tank area is. That doesn't make this some magic Four Seasons camper. I despise that Four Seasons phrasing. Frankly, it's a myth and a lie, but it does help extend your season, protect things a little bit. We do have a tankless on-demand water heater, and if you think about the layout of this RV, directly behind that is our kitchen, and right next to that is our bathroom. This is one of the most effective applications of an on-demand water heater I think I've ever seen. That is the way that you want it done. Now you can see right here, when these first came out, they were using Schwintek slides. They have gone away from that to a cable slide system. And a lot of folks kind of just prefer the service records there. Oops, hold on, I backed up too far. Now, one thing I want to point out here, if you look at this, it looks like it's got a full pass-through going on under the U-dinette. And the potential for that is there, but what you effectively kind of have are some side saddle cargo pockets. When I whip around the other side, we'll check that out. Now, the new Platinum Edition, that's where that just crazy awesome looking nose cab comes in. Over there on the left is one of the standard stick and tin versions. That's what it would normally look like. And it's lighter weight, and it's less money. And maybe that's fine for you. But if you're looking for a little bit of glitz, and if you want to get that big windshield to make the little RV look and feel not so little, Platinum's the way to go, baby. On the FSXs that have that giant front U-dinette like this, I'm a big fan of the Platinum Edition, although, again, it does eat into the cargo capacity a bit. We do have a power tongue jack. That is also part of the Platinum package. If you notice, again, over there in the background, the standard tin skin ones do not include that feature. They will all have a battery disconnect, and we do have this one outfitted today with their optional 200-watt solar package, which is a 30-amp controller, 200-watt panel up on the roof. It's not the be-all, end-all of solar, but it helps. No matter what, though, you will always have a plug over here for a portable panel in the event that you do want to, park in the shade and chase the sun. Now, I got a love-hate thing with this griddle right here. I like that they included some sort of outside cooker, and notice that you see that white tag dangling down there. It does have an outside hookup, a propane hooker, technically. Not technically, but technically. But this is standard. The thing is, if you don't like this, it's only like 3 or 4 screws, and you can actually fully remove it and just gain extra storage. But it is a standard issue item here, as are the stable steps that we're looking at. Now, you do have a full hot-cold outside utility shower. Normally, it would have a little cover on it. However, we ran into an instance last night where a customer was going out on a trip, and somehow lost their little outside shower cover. Well, we just yanked one off the unit that I happened to be recording, handed it to them, then we reordered a replacement part. That's something that we will do for our customers when we have the opportunity. You know, it's not something we can always do. We can't always rob Peter to pay Paul with things off the lot, but when we have the chance, it is something that we do try to do for our clients. The roof is walkable, by the way. Sometimes when folks don't see a ladder, there's old school mentality that used to be true, where if it didn't have a factory ladder, you weren't supposed to walk on the roof. That's really not the case anymore, and frankly has not been for, well, quite a while. But, you know, if you want to get a ladder, you can. I also like the fact they are still including a full rear bumper, and so many brands have dropped those out. I'm also going to give them credit. A lot of these single axle little campers, they don't use tinted windows, and they'll try not to make them airflow windows. FSX has actually become one of the more expensive single axle stick and tin brands out there, but arguably, they're also among the better equipped nowadays. But at the end of the day, no matter how you have the skin done on it, it is still a stick-built camper, and some people don't really prefer that. Well, good news. We've got plenty of other smaller aluminum-framed laminated RVs. But this floor plan that we're looking at, the 169RS, it is essentially a Unicornosaurus Rex. I don't know that I've ever seen another thing like it. The good news is it's available, well, 4 ways. You can get it in Salem or Wildwood. You can get it standard or platinum. There's also the solar package option. So it's a little bit of a Burger King camper. I guess you can have it your way. And if you appreciate what we're doing here for you, hit that subscribe button. I will leave you some links in the description to check pricing and availability on these. Also, I'm going to leave you a link to one that has a private rear bedroom with no slide. If you're looking for a little bit lighter weight and you don't want to slide out, they make one of those too. So check those links, and until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.